right, it is time. It's time to do our second attempt at king carrots. As many of you seen, we had a epic first year of growing them. Yeah, we had some really nice ones and some very interesting ones. So I was actually watching our video from last year. We did it March 21st. Is when we originally sowed them. So I thought, well, let's get these things going. So I'm going to do a couple things a little bit differently this year. I'm not going to do it to the extent I did last year, but it's still going to involve a little bit of work. So yeah, let's go. Okay, the first thing is it's really cool is the overwintering carrot experiment. Seems to have kind of worked. I was just touching them and they're not mushy at all. They're coming back. So you know, at worst we'll get hopefully some seed off it this year, and at best, who knows, we might actually get some decent sized carrots. So that's really cool. But what I'm gonna do is, as carefully as I can, pull out all this sifted material that I put in there last year, and then we'll go to step 2. So I'm gonna get going on that. All right, so you can see I dug far below soil level there, just got as much out as I could. And what I'm going to do is actually add compost that got infiltrated by all the cedar roots. So last year we were composting straight on the ground, and our big cedar tree sent all its roots up in there. So that problem created an opportunity. The soil is decent, like it's probably decent compost, but a lot of the nutrients have been pulled out. It'll make it a perfect for the kind of the bottom layer and to bulk up this other material. So I'm just gonna get busy adding that. Okay, I add about maybe 6 inches. Didn't worry about sifting it. If we get carrots that are this long with their tap roots that hit that stuff, I'm more than happy with that if they do end up forking. But that'll give them something to dive down for, to try to get those nutrients to uptake up to the plant. So yeah, step, I'm not gonna worry about the steps. We're gonna go next up. Okay, next up is put all the material back in there. It's got a bunch of peat in it, and yeah, it's gonna be nice, light, and fluffy. I'm not going to compact the soil down. Well, I'm going to do it as little as possible, but what I am going to do is I am going to resift it again this year. So I'll get going on that. So that's why you sift. This is just a 1/4 inch screen. But yeah, plenty of, well, a lot of this stuff is just breaking up, but there are rocks that the carrot roots could hit and cause them to fork. I'm sure these were a couple of the culprits last year. So yeah, I'll just end up sifting the rest and bring you guys back. Does anyone else just love doing that? That is so therapeutic. Feels so good. So you can see that it's a little bit high, but that's totally fine. So got a bunch of pebbles and stones out of there, so I'm glad I did sift it. Yeah, now it's time for the fun part. So let's go. All right. So as you guys can see, I was just making holes with the pipe, and yeah, just creating space for the next medium to go in there. All right, easy peasy. Just made 20 holes there, and I don't have horse manure runoff this year, but I do have some sweet worm castings. I actually did some worm castings last year in our trial, and they performed pretty good. So I'm just going to take some of the worm castings, put them in the bottom of the hole, and then work on the next up. Okay, next up, sweet peat. Just put that in the hole. We're going for really kind of low quality soft material for the carrot roots to go, I need nutrients, and drive down into the ground for. So peat is perfect, maybe cocoa coir too, but yeah, like 3 years old, so we're going to use this. Okay, so yeah, got it all filled up with exception of two. I want to leave two just to see how they do in straight soil. Last year, the few that we did do in straight soil didn't do that well, but could have been the seeds, could have been a million things. So yeah, I just want to see how that goes. And then next step is just to kind of hydrate that peat. I'll do it a couple different times. Soil will probably drop a bit too, and then we'll go on to the next step. All right, so they're wetted in, and one of the last steps is to put in a little seed starter medium. So this is the Brian Siebert 40% compost, sifted compost, our compost, 40% sifted leaf mold, and 20% worm castings. So I figure this will give the seeds a good start, or a good chance to start anyways. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's super simple to do. Yeah, and so the next step is kind of the most important, and I forgot the seeds. So I will be right back.
Yep.
6 hours later, we've had a day. Anyways, I'm back. All we got to do is pop 3 of these in each cell and go from there. Okay, easy money. I just put the seeds in there, 3, 4, 5 per. It doesn't matter, because whenever they germinate, I'll just take the strongest ones. Strongest one per cell, and then just cover them up, firmed them down for good soil contact, and then just did the slushy cups, and then a board, because I just want to see if a board helps the germination, and then some just left as is. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, fun thing to do. Definitely a lot of work, but something I really enjoy doing. And if we can get some big carrots this year, be great. So anyways, you guys have a great night, and it's dinner time. I gotta go wash. Stay awesome.